Aries, welcome to your July 2025 tarot reading. I am Tamara Aries. Welcome to my channel. Welcome in. If you are new, welcome back. If you are returning, so we're going to dive into the energies of July to find out what you can expect, any messages from spirit. If you don't already know, I tap into the higher self collective where your higher self, my higher self reside. It's a river of well-being, and with always the intent to help you be able to pursue your passions, confidently pursue your passions. I have begun a community, started a community. The first transmission from the Higher Self Collective will be on July 27th. If you are interested in being able to ask questions of this Higher Self Collective, Q&A is what we'll be doing. And you'll be able to get answers for being able to understand what you may need a different perspective on, what you need to know about pursuing your passions. And really, it's just spirit being able to give guidance to each one of us to put us in our position of being on our authentic path, right? So if that's interesting to you, go ahead and click the link below for my community. You will receive, if you join before the 27th of July, you'll receive founder's position, which will be a special place in my heart. Thank you so much. You'll also receive then, of course, founder's pricing and a gift from me to you, which is a downloaded message, 5 steps to finding your purpose. I know that can be something that we all can be challenged with, and it feels so great when we feel on purpose. So let's go ahead and dive into your reading to find out what July looks like for you when it comes to creating your reality and pursuing your passion. Bear with me while I change this camera view. Okay, here we are. And I've got a squeaky chair, so we are beginning with this. It's a spiritual tarot deck. It's so vibrant. I love it. It's really great for an upbeat message. So we'll begin with this one, and then I'll clarify with the traditional Rider-Waite-Smith deck to hone in on the energies and get a deeper message for you. So what are we beginning with here? Ooh, Justice. Love this for you. All right. This has an air of karma to it. It's cause and effect, very logical, cause and effect. Okay. Now this is the Chariot on its side for the middle card. And we have the 9 of Pentacles for your third card. Okay, let's go ahead and maybe move these over just a little bit so I can get what's under the deck visible to you as well. Okay, we have the 7 of Wands. Okay. You know, that really makes a lot of sense. Of course, we have the 7 of Wands here. When we're looking at the Chariot, that just says that you and spirit are in sync and you have like targeted vision. Let's look at this card for just a moment. Do you see his vision here? So he doesn't have the reins. He's not the one that, the rider here is not the one that is making this cart go. It's literally his passions. It's his focus, and spirit is the one that is guiding this cart. Okay. We have the 9 of Pentacles, which is about strategy. It's about what you can invest in, and then okay, so it's not just any investment, it's strategic investment. This is a very wealthy woman here, okay, representing where this reading is heading for you, where what you're doing is heading for you. So you're investing in something, yourself, another, a business, an idea. You're investing in this and you expect a high return, a high value. Okay, so she's very tuned into herself. She knows exactly why she's investing, what she's investing with. It could be her resources, could be her attention, love, respect, whatever it is. That time is something that you can invest with, is your resource. And she's doing this very wisely because she knows that she's going to have a high yield, a high return on investment. Okay. This is what this 9 of Pentacles represents. Justice, again, like I had said, is about karma. It's well, you know, putting it in this light here, we're looking at a decision to invest. You know, this is justice. When we go to, say, like a courtroom, think of justice in that position here, because, you know, Lady Justice is always outside there holding the scales, right? The sword represents truth and the ability to see, to cut through anything that's not truth, and then being able to move forward with clarity and purpose. So what we have here is a very clear decision to make that investment. And then here's the strategy. And then in term, it's getting on board with the clarity of, I think, the clarity of action. And I think that especially because we have the 7 of Wands here. 7 of Wands at the bottom of the deck is it really has an air of, you know, you have gotten yourself to this high position. She's standing up higher than anybody else here is. And there's all of these other demands. And it's like using what you know. When we have wands, it's passion, it's creativity, it's action. We're going to hone in on the action aspect of this card for you today, because the action here is what seems to be being used to defend your position. And it has this feeling of continuing to do the same thing over and over again, or using the same tools, which may be why this is on its side. It's trying to be upright. It's definitely not reversed. Okay. So what we want to do is we want to find out, obviously with clarifiers here, what you need to know about this energy that you're in right now. Okay. So let me go ahead and shuffle the Rider-Waite-Smith deck and get our clarifiers for us. One more. Okay, Spirit, let us know what justice is here, specifically for Aries. Okay, Knight of Wands. Oh, 3 of Swords. Okay. So I was getting a feeling when I got this Knight of Wands here, this feeling of making a choice to not be reckless. What you're doing is you're actually looking at a deeper truth here of what your actions have been guided by, what your the Knight of Wands can be a reckless action. The 3 of Swords is having come to or seeing a truth that felt very painful to reconcile. Okay. So when we have justice cutting through that, it's as if you're saying that you now, with clarity from your experiences, know how to move forward. And it is very freeing, but choosing to not be reckless in order to not repeat the pattern. Remember, this felt very repeating to me. So you're wanting to not repeat a pattern. Okay. Oops, this is way too many. And we're going to put those back in the deck. Now, I did see the 7 of Pentacles, but I don't feel like it really came out. Look at this peeking out underneath the 9 of Swords. 9 of Swords. Definitely feel that doesn't really surprise me, because there does feel like a lot of deliberation, right? A lot of time processing, thinking. And that card that had been out, but I chose to put back in the deck, was the Seven of Pentacles, which means that you're assessing what you put your resources and energy into, and are you getting back what you need, right? What you expected to get back. So that's yeah, that's fascinating. Let's go ahead and just continue to get whoa, wow. Page, that one just popped right out of there. Page of Swords, along with the 10 of Pentacles. Oh, so you very much okay. So the 10 of did I say 10 of Pentacles? I meant 10 of Cups. So 10 of Cups is like this absolute satisfying reward at the end of a journey. It's a collective effort. Okay. The Page of Swords again puts you in a position of the high ground. Look, she's up here, has a higher vantage point, up here having a higher vantage point in both these cards. So you're seeing something from a higher perspective than ever before. And it feels to me like you're not wanting to disrupt what you have gained, or you want to make sure that whatever it is that you're moving forward with, whatever it is you're feeling called to do, is supportive of what you already have. It doesn't work against where you have gotten yourself, which definitely doesn't surprise me, because you're being very particular, very deliberate, very sure. Okay, with the 9 of Pentacles, we have a reversed 9 of Wands. One more card, please, for the 9 of Pentacles, Spirit. And 8 of Cups. Yeah. All right. Okay. So, one of the messages that I had gotten from spirits several times, and for Aries specifically, was that you guys were entering this phase of needing to take what comes natural to you as far as independence, right? You do things very independently, and you are good at that. You're good at it. You're a leader of the pack. You pave the way, right? You're the first sign. You're the one that's going to go for it. If it's going to happen, Aries is going to take that initiative as a cardinal sign and make it happen. Okay. But there was, I think, this turning point where, in order for you to continue your evolution and the self-actualization, you needed to now employ Libra. This is a Libra card right here. Some of the traits of your opposing or axis sharing, I want to say zodiacal opposite, right? The one that shares the axis with you, one that's 180 degrees, the exact opposite, opposing you on the zodiac wheel, right? So Aries and Libra being the we are, and Aries being the I am. You needed to employ, and I want to say this happened. Probably when the North Node was in your sign and the South Node was in Libra. And as that was coming to a close, this message was coming through that being able to create and to expand would require your connection, and doing so with other people. You needed to connect with others in a way that is less of a leader, more of a leading by example, but a team effort, everybody being equal. Okay. This is what I'm seeing here now. You're ready to take that step. This is less about independence. This is the wounded warrior here, which Chiron is the wounded warrior, and he's been in your sign. Okay. This wounded warrior here who's been through all of these actions and now has opened up opportunities for himself, because now he's been through enough, right? But now he's chosen, but this is a card of sheer independence. Okay. Reversed. This is a card, again, going to find this missing piece right here, right? Again, there's an independence. There's that red, that Aries red right there. Like holding the staff. We see that here. This missing piece, this card, the eight of cups. Eights are always about abundance through personal power and authenticity. And at this point, in order to complete the row, right, and gain that ninth cup where you're perfectly aligned with all of your wishes, all of your desires, I believe has to do with this here, maintaining a balance in this team effort that has been made, this family. It can be a work family, it can be, chosen family and friends, it can be, your actual blood family. But I believe it goes back to this here. It's about being able to find the piece that coincides or supports or goes along with that family unit. It's about connection. It's about togetherness. It's about you being able to lead only through the example of your independence, but still an equal balance between each member. We're going to go ahead and use the Tarot of the Sacred Kingdoms to give you any other messages, any other depth, anything else that Spirit wants to say in regards to this. So it looks like in July, what you'll be doing is you'll be investing in, I believe that you will find your footing. I believe that you will find your footing to be able to move forward with your passion in a balanced way for yourself and for everybody else. And that you are going to invest with others to fill that cup right there, to receive that cup, find that cup of fulfillment. It's passion related. What is that missing element? What is that missing piece? All right, Spirit, what does the Hanged Man, the Three of Cups, and the Seven of Cups? And at the bottom of the deck, oh, you know what? I didn't look at the bottom of the deck of this one. Oh my God. Home, protection, family, significant relationships. Yeah, definitely rings resonant with the rest of the reading, doesn't it? Okay, let's go ahead and get this. At the bottom of the deck here, we have the Five of Swords. Now, this gives a completely, I want to say almost a new flavor to what we're seeing. So, and the reason why is because we have the Hanged Man here. The Hanged Man is a card that wants you to take some time to look at something from a different perspective. And this other perspective is this emotional relationship, this emotional, I think it's a sense of security. I think it's a sense of safety. I think it's a sense of vulnerability even, but it's maybe expanding your circle, and being able to open up with a more expanded circle in a way that feels very supportive. It's very, this is a very supportive card. And the Hangman wants you to see maybe your opinion, maybe your belief, maybe, kind of what you've been running off of here, the action that you've been taking. What is driving that action? And has it been a fear that that you were going to be hurt, and you've been spending some time, a lot of energy investing in protecting yourself. You've taken a lot of energy and you've invested in protecting yourself, but this is beginning to open up. You're beginning to see how much more connected and how much more life can be fulfilling as you connect with other people. There's an air of romance. There's literally hearts on the, no, they're not hearts. They're butterflies, aren't they? Okay. So we definitely see maybe that's like lightness and carefreeness and transformation comes with the butterfly. But it's a card of ideas. It's a card of fantasy. It's a card of imagination. It's a card, really, if we go deeper, like this Hangman is wanting us to do, it is a card of subconscious. Okay. because this is Venus, love, right? Um, money, resources. That's what Venus represents. So this is Venus in Pisces, and Pisces rules the subconscious. So being able to essentially take a look at the story that you've been telling yourself about being emotionally supportive, supported. It's not about you having to make things happen anymore. It's more about you being able to open up to let other people emotionally support you. This card over here, the Five of Swords, is another card of independent. Like, I'm going to, you know what it is? It's actually the ability to walk away from an idea. Now, like I said, there's a card, this is a card of independence, but that's not what I'm getting from it. It's less about the independence in this card for you. It's about it's a swords. It's an idea. It's a thought. It's the workings of your mind. And it's time for you to use that sword and sever this energy or this narrative that says that you need to emotionally protect yourself. It's time to emotionally be supported, openly and lovingly be supported by others around you. There's a transformation taking place, and that transformation is happening in your subconscious. Okay. What we always want to do is we want to have, rather than having our subconscious be programmed by the society that we live in, these societal expectations, the default that we've all, had because of how we were raised. Most of us were not raised with a family or, um, conscious people being conscious, right, around us and being able to tap into our own sense of consciousness. But now, as this awakening is taking place on the planet and more people are becoming aware of their higher self, it's about letting your higher self now program that subconscious narrative. And in your case, the narrative that is being now adopted through this connection of your higher consciousness, your higher self, right? Your evolution, that narrative is specifically around your connections with other people, your ability to be vulnerable, your ability to be supported by others. You don't have to do it alone. And in fact, you're not going to be able to continue to watch yourself grow and expand. Also, that means keep up with your higher self, where you feel satisfied and fulfilled and amazing inside your own body, inside your own mind, inside your own actions. You won't feel that sense of security right here unless you open up to let others support you. You don't have to, and you're no longer needing to do this alone. Aries. I'm going to switch this camera back around. Okay. If I can. Aries, the month of July looks like it is definitely, I mean, as far as I'm seeing here, I'm surprised we didn't see the death card, because there is such a transformation taking place. But the transformation is taking place of a decision that's going on within you. You will then be able to move forward, okay, with perfect clarity. Spirit wants you to allow yourself to be emotionally available, to be emotionally supported. You don't have to be the anchor for everybody else. You have to let them in. Okay. So this is the transition that you're going through in the month of July. And you are going to find that it is all of those things that I had said, feeling like your evolution is taking place, feeling like you are fulfilled, like you're on purpose, you're doing the things that your higher self is calling you to do, pursuing your passions. That's the element here. Being able to allow others to support you emotionally is the next piece. that it kind of like syncs everything up. If we look at the kind of the promise here, you know, at that third card, which is a high yield, a high return on investment is what you can expect. Okay. So invest in, well, is that investing in yourself? Certainly. Is that investing in others? Maybe it's allowing other people to invest in you. What we do know for sure is that it will be self-evident of the prosperity and abundance and security that you feel in whatever those things mean to you. Okay. Because we have an 8 on the table, right? We have the 8 of cups. So you will feel abundant in the ways that you need to right now. The spirit knows that you need. If you allow yourself to be invested in by others, and you invest by letting them support you. Okay. I love you so much. Thank you for being here with me. I would love to see all of you in that community. Definitely feel called by spirit to do this community, to be able to support everyone who is feeling these calls to change and shift and be attuned to their higher self consistently, and find out what's possible for us. So I love you again. I'm going to say that I love you all. Be sure to like and subscribe and do all the great things. I want to hear from you. So comment, and I will see you on the next video. Thank you for joining me. I love you.